I'm glad we took the Akasha's off.
I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Hold on, something's not right.
Dia?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
She's not injured. Why?
You didn't get hurt this time.
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed?
The time
Those
loops
kids were amateurs.
Kids. Aren't you still getting used to your new great sword?
Shh! How did you know about my greatsword?
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Why?
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new weapon could feel so familiar.
Why?
It's as if I've already used it to fight a countless number of battles.
There's the familiarity.
You're saying that although you don't remember using it, your body feels like it does?
There's the clues.
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you anywhere.
Traveler, what do you think?
That's our clue. This is... Could it be because we removed our Akasha terminals?
Yeah. Paimon's feeling really hopeful.
And they still have it on. Is it possible we have already broken free?
Oh, you're right. Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
But why are you two still wearing it?
I have no clue what you two are talking.
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while...
How did you know what I was gonna say?
Nope. Because you're stuck in a loop. And she can't handle it. And the whole thing starts up again. And again and again and again.
Whew. It's finally nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured... Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the... Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
With Dia, it's a different example. We still have the, like, conscious memory, but with Dia, it's like she's retained the unconscious memory. I don't know, I'm thinking about what Nahida is discussing, this idea about lab rats, where everybody is a lab rat and we're trying to remember something. So it almost seems like this time loop thing is a giant experiment, now that I think about it.
Hey! What kind of an answer is that?
Sleep? No.
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow. How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept?
Is it real? Like, even if you wanted to discuss tomorrow, yesterday, and today as concepts, they kind of hinge on relative ideas. You have to have some idea of what one was as, like, a past, present, or future.
It's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's festival. Okay, no more! Paimon's brain is already shut down.
Same, but why do we still have the Akashas on?
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow.
Fine.
Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away.
Wording, but not the type of wording I would expect.
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk.
Why?
That's why I suggested you could try that.
Why?
It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words.
Sleep.
Yeah. Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival...
They forgot to take their Akashas off, didn't they?
Compared to what we stand to achieve.
They still have the Akashas on. Duke.
We're still in the same day.
As expected, it's not as simple as we thought. But they took them off. Did they take them off and remove and put them back on?
Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us? Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach.
You wouldn't want to bother worrying you, only for you to get tired. Maybe I kind of want to worry.
In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often. Paimon thought the Duke did that! Whatever.
Really?
Guess you were looking out. Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Oh god, another moment where it's like we've gained the trust of one person without doing much.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking things a little fast.
The Duke didn't help. Oh god.
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence.
Yeah, well, why is there still... Oh, we gotta do something about the sages and tell them to shut up and stop resetting everybody's memory!
In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
It almost sounds like this fairies don't exist sort of thing, but the only reason you exist to us is we're able to see outside of, like, normal, everyday perception. That's how we're able to get that sense.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
Sort of?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
Time loop theory is indeed incorrect, so... What's causing the reset?
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
Daniel's fighting skills have been improving. Daniel's illness has also gotten worse. Fighting skills. Because she improved, but I don't know about the illness.
Oh, yeah! You're right! Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical conditions should also reset.
True.
So, what's your new hypothesis?
It's the sages.
Moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean?
Bodily memories?
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. Okay, Nahida said, we've already experienced the Sub-Zero's Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power...
It's Oop. Oh, wait, there's an associate. It's bodily memories to information. The Akasha sound? Memories are deleted every day. That's...
Our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day. Then we would unwittingly relive that same day again and again.
True. That's the conclusion. That's the what, but I don't know the why part. I know the what part, but I don't know the why. Memories are deleted every day, so yeah. That's my theory. We aren't in a time loop. Instead, our memories are being erased at the end of each day.
Oh! Then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before.
But yeah, memories are deleted.
But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword. Now everything makes sense. A brilliant deduction.
Okay, at least we got it right. And the reason why we got it right is because it took a few mistakes to get it right.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
Are we still wrong?
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
So we're wrong.
That isn't simple at all!
Still the wrong conclusion. So it's not the memories.
Why
Then...
don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Okay. It's not the memories. Then why is it still the same day?
Right! She did help us find our latest clue after all.
God. And you're still in bed because you're still falling apart. I gotta solve this mystery. What is behind everything? Because everybody else is connected to the spirit brain internet.
Really took me a while to find you.
Blah, blah, blah. Kidnappers, move on.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my...
Exactly.
Could you explain the situation to her today?
We don't exactly need...
I've gotten a little sick of doing it.
Let's just get right to the point.
Oh, that works.
Yeah. You suddenly became proficient with your great sword because... We've lived through this day many times, and our memories of the day are erased every night, but...
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
No, we are trying to get to the bottom of why people can't remember anything.
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
And what is it?
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Why not? I want to hear your explanation for this.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sabzeruz festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used? The money we spent, the food we ate?
So, wait, what?
Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
True. You would have lost all that money. But if the sages are behind them in this, if they utilize the entire city's resources as well information supplied by the Akasha...
Right! They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything! It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee...
Blah, blah, blah. You're not safe. Go and check the evidence.
I can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
Great. Now she's trying to convince us it's not memory problems and it's not a time loop. So then, what could it be, I wonder? God.
This is it.
What is that?
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
So, this is something that's kept out of sight. That nobody else would have kept in mind. Yeah, but what if the sages know about that wooden training dummy?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike.
What if they also remember the mark and where each strike is?
It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
What if there was evidence that proves otherwise?
Is it really impossible? What if they used some fancy machine to carve
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it.
Speaking of, why don't we take a picture of this wooden training dummy and then come back the next day? And if it's different or the same, then we'll know something.
The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
Seems like we'll have to abandon this theory. What if we had a camera and just...
Whew. Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun.
No, not this one. For me, I've got a whole bunch of other exercise games on the side, but it's mostly Solitaire, Free Cell, Klondike, and Sudoku, and whatever else on Microsoft.
Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Okay. Is this something that could have been controlled by the sages?
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong?
Is it really memory deletion? Like, she comes back to a new wooden post, so... Or the same one from before.
But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
We're not in a time loop, we're not in the real world.
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
Sages. That's the only other idea. Suddenly realize that something is strange.
Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
We've never thought about leaving the city.
Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of such a simple solution. Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city.
I did have that idea as well, but I never thought of it now.
Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories?
Really is strange.
How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we forgot.
Or why don't we just actually leave the city now?
Nahida, we're back!
You're back early today. Did you find something new?
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world.
What happens
But at
if
the
we try
same
to leave the
time,
city?
we have a new question.
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
Oh god.
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we...
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was, but you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we...
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Maybe this is the key. Something to do with the city, and it's keeping everybody in the same loop.
Yep. Something here is definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
And take it off so you don't lose your memories again. And there it is again.
Our memories are back!
Again? Let's go and try to leave the city today.
About that... Well...
Wait, Traveler. Aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
What?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Oh, God. This is why I don't like the time loop theory. You're literally beside yourself, and you are literally against yourself in some other ways.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories.
2 days ago.
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Let's try to go leave the city.
Okay, let's go.
Did they actually go and come back? Oh god. Or actually, can I teleport out of here and get the hell out of here? I could teleport. Get to the city and find a way out. Flashback with a grainy filter. Now, what happens if I... Nah.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
Oh. Also, that dog is sliding. Why is that dog sliding with us? Why is that dog coming along for the ride?
It looks like the Academia already announced the lockdown first. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
What if we make a break for it? We tried to leave.
Looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matter. This is a good spot. And the guard hasn't noticed us. Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
I need someone to say and witness the events from the side.
What if things get really weird out? Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together, haven't we?
That could explain why Paimon remembers something, but the player, the traveler, doesn't. If we live together, it would be the same as before.
Okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. And please.
What the hell? Did we actually climb the wall?
Memories!
Let's go and try to leave the city today.
Traveler!
What? What's wrong?
Paimon thought Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared.
Is there something about going outside that screws up the memories? And for some odd reason...
Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick walk.
What did I promise?
Paimon, calm down. She's here.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Although I don't remember doing this. What did the player see outside that coincided with memories? Oh, won't leave you behind.
Okay.
Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday?
Because Paimon stayed behind, Paimon remembered everything, but the traveler doesn't remember. So there is something! Describe your plan for yesterday.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
So it does have something to do with the city. But why?
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
You weren't zoning out or anything? Why? What happened? Not a time loop, not a memory loss. What the hell happened? It just disappeared. Somehow...
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
And this is why you gotta pull out a cell phone and record everything.
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Don't even know what yesterday happened.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
Okay, why can't we leave the city?
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
I'm trying to think. I have one memory, but it's a vague fragment of a memory. This idea where being in the city causes one side of a memory, but being outside causes a different memory. 2 styles of memories. They shouldn't restrict access. They also erase the memories of those who leave.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose.
My idea is that maybe 2 sets of memories are being done, one inside the city and one outside of the city. It's almost like, did we ever enter the city? Yeah, we're here, but it's like, we were outside of the city at one point, so... There's 2 sets of memories, one inside and one outside.
But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
Where memories will be erased, can we leave behind something other than memories?
Something like a message? Like, don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at.
Well, at least we remember what Nahida said.
Well, okay. Yep, now we're talking.
God. We still got a grainy flashback. When is this frickin' loop ever gonna end? Brack?
Done. Here you go.
What?
Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? He made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of... To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right?
So that was, in fact, our voice.
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy.
We'll never know until we try. At least, let's go then. Let's expose those sages.
Think you should stay.
All right. Okay. See you tomorrow, Travel.
God. We're stuck.
That covers everything that's happened so far.
So the message.
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
What did they say?
Now that you understand what's going on.
What did they say? What did the 2 of them say? What was on the outside?
Go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Our Sub-Zero Festival in Samsara City is just one of them. Spaces? Dimensions? Like the idea of interlapping dimensions?
I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights.
So we're talking about dimensional space here. That's one other idea.
All these spaces are empty. Except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
Okay. I have one... It's gotta be a dimensional thing where there's like an overlap of worlds. Maybe. I don't know if that's like the result of someone who's going through memory problems, or that's someone you stick into a weird interdimensional scenario. That's a whole other thing right then and there. So, are we going multiverse on this? Are we seriously going multiverse?
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru City space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside.
There's another part here. I only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other. Absorbed by something like a sun in the sky.
Sun in the sky. It almost reminds me of the divination.
And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there?
Of course.
What did the Traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Those spaces are... Is it dimensional? Classic cliffhanger. We get a sense of the answer right at the end, but the wording is cut right off. And for some reason I can't look at the chat logs. Why is that?
Probably.
Oh wait, now I can. The spaces are actually... what? Because yesterday just happened to end at the moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
So the Traveler knew about everything, and...
After the beep, Traveler said even the final space has also disappeared.
Okay. I am coming up with many ideas, and I don't know if any of them are actually working. It's not the time loop, it's not the erasure of memories, it's got to do with something about dimensional space. I have one other idea, and it's the only thing I know, and it might be based on the contemplation ideas that I've heard before. Maybe something about the Akasha terminals are absorbing information, and it's creating its own mental space. Funny how we... Are we actually reliving the same thing over and over? It's just the player and Paimon? Or everybody else are just reliving, just override something? It's not memory erasure, it's more like someone else's memory is just being transferred from one another? I don't know.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Contemplation time. Real world, the space we were yesterday.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be...
The space where we were yesterday.
My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
Okay. What's the real answer? Obviously, if I get it wrong, I'm gonna be like, no, that's not it. What was the spaces are the real world? The space we were yesterday, spaces without human presence, the spaces we were where we were in yesterday. Maybe? The spaces we were yesterday.
So that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears! And we're taken to the next day!
I thought I was going to get that wrong for a second, but I somehow got it right.
Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning.
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats.
And usually when I think of horror, it's like someone's trying to hide themselves from horror, like a PTSD scenario.
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh?
A secret.
That's an analogy and a half.
God, and I also gotta use the washroom as well. Give me some time, I need to organize my thoughts.
Hey, where are you going?
Elsewhere, without you, and I wonder... Wait. Organize your thoughts on the familiar bench in the city.
Do you
What?
want some alone time to think?
What is it? What is causing it? Were they ever real?
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
It's that time already.
Okay. Why don't you...
Okay then. See you later.
And she's all sad.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler?
I think I
Time
know.
is ticking away.
I have the answer now. It's the sages, but what and how? I thought I had the what to get to the why, but I start with the why before I get to the what. So, what?
Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up.
So I can record it and not forget. And this is the real Dunyarzad.
over for you. Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival?
I've been waiting forever. Please don't tell me way more time has passed since the last reset. Ask away.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
No! The only other idea is that everyone is fake. Here it comes. Information on the Akasha.
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence.
Dreams with no human presence. Ooh. Interpret.
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia forest. Except these have no sign of human presence. Only illusions and lies. What do they all mean? People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
Has God damn it! Tignari ever dreamed? Associate. People do not dream. Dreams with no human presence. The truth behind dreams. Is everything still a dream? Everything is a dream? Are you serious?
We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
Okay. I had some idea that everybody's fake, but I didn't think there was a dream scenario. Because usually dreams... Oh god, it is the truth behind dreams.
We are all...
There we go. That's the interpretation. We're stuck in a dream. Why?
People in Sumeru think they don't dream. But the truth is, the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when she was trying to describe them.
Definitely. Everything is a dream.
Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
How do you wake up?
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Oh, damn it, I have to answer that question.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate.
Manifestation of God of Wisdom
It
power.
is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power.
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace.
It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace.
Funny how we're actually getting like a...
And it grants knowledge to the people.
How does it do it? How does the Akasha do it? I feel like I might get a wrong answer. Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace? Nope. Nope. The Akasha is a manifestation it requires a gnosis. So... Nope! It grants knowledge to... No.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too.
Now that I think about it, if everyone is, in fact, in a dream, living the same life over and over, we never really went through multiple days at once, because in dream theory, whatever happens in a dream happens very fast compared to what's in real life.
But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
If we're in a dream, are you real? Are you real?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when... In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
But why?
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it.
Wait, how did Hypatia understood? I can barely remember.
Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real story is that the sages from the Academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Yes. I don't know, but I'm going with it.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
It is a lack of dreams and lack of memory. Ah, damn it!
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals.
We're still in the dream. Yeah, but the appearance and disappearance of spaces.
Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized.
Huh. Like the dream spaces filling in again. The appearance and disappearance of dreams? Oop.
Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared.
Okay.
Land Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. Did he mean something more? My mind feels...
Nope.
We've already experienced the...
Okay, what do I associate with this? With the speech? Because I feel like that might work. Or not. Nope. What do I associate it to? Ooh. This. Mass production of dreams. What? That's... we submit the conclusion there?
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream.
What?
Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha.
Oh, God, why?
No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle.
We gotta break the cycle.
People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again...
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine.
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Okay, that's why.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
I think I know. The moon, the illusions, the lies. She said the moon. Delusion, lie.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon...
Then she is the Dendro Archon we've been looking for.
So you noticed.
Oh my god! Of all this time! Why? Oh, we actually found her, but we're stuck in the dream.
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
Yeah, well... It's like, when you say, who am I, even though we already knew your name? I'm like, oh, you're really... Oh! You have a secret identity. What's that secret identity? Who have we been looking for the whole entire time? Oh yeah, the Dendro Archon.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all.
God.
Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning.
We've been looking for the Dendroarchon, and she was right here the whole time. But now that she's here, how is she going to help us?
It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali, Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
But this doesn't seem like a good time.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life.
Do you actually exist in real life?
On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
She probably wants to ask about her brother, but she won't get an answer out of it. Why can't you simply tell us the truth? How does age manage to keep people from noticing this? About the mass side effect of the mass-produced dream? Why is the dream about the Samsara festival?
You asked me this question before. My answer was, now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk.
You wanted us to connect all the dots first before we got to the truth.
That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
You wanted to make sure we connected the dots first, giving us the mental defense so we could actually handle the truth in the end. How do the sages mean to keep people from noticing this?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal.
Because nothing is out of the ordinary, because everything is the ordinary.
Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier Samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha.
What are we gonna find when we go to the real life?
So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival...
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
Because memories don't carry from the dream state to the in-real-life state?
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero...
About the side effect of the mass-produced dream.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this?
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
So... she's in that bed in real life. This is the real her.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing!
Okay, why is the dream about Sub-Zero Festival?
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
God, this is why I hate birthdays!
Even you don't know the reason?
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
How do we take the Akasha things off in the real life? How do we wake up and take them off? Okay.
Those faces remind me of... dreams. Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate.
The gnosis.
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
What happens if we just shoo the Great Sages away and actually have the dance? Huh.
Celebrate the birth of that god?
To allow the dream to finally finish so people can wake up. So that, like, the fact that the sages are interfering is just keeping it going?
Could it mean...
What can you use? What is the dream? I don't have any more questions.
Saving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what, after we end the Sub-Zero's festival, Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
Agreed.
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again.
I'm pretty sure Nahida means that the sun was the greater lord. So the sun is gone, the greater lord is gone. Oh, crap.
Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Please tell us we remember.